What is this aluminum canister with a black plastic handle found at an antique fair in Oregon? The bottom says Little Chef, about 12 inches tall and about 5 inches in diameter. There are 2 small holes in the top and 3 narrow slits along the bottom edge. The bottom of the canister is removable and had an array of pinholes and can be removed. Part of the challenge is everyone thought 1950s because of the branding. Any ideas? It's an asparagus steamer. This item is pretty rare and I can't find an exact item, but I found the patent. It was patented as a cooking utensil on November 21st, 1933 by Blanche C. Kane of Darien, Connecticut. And here's a very small image in this 1937 magazine. Next to "It's asparagus time," it says, "Asparagus steamer made of aluminum to hold a bunch of asparagus." The direction says, "Cut stalks at the bottom to fit in the steamer. Wash thoroughly, then peel the stalk end thinly, tie with tape, then place inside the steamer. Cook the asparagus standing up, and the tops will be steamed to tenderness, while the stalks will be vigorously boiled to the same degree of delicacy." Now you're obliged to go back to the antique fair to let them know we've cracked the case, and hopefully find some new weird things. What is this little metal canister I found in a thrift store? It has Ackroyd and Best Morley leads written on the side, and there is a stumpy little spike in the middle, about 1 centimeter high. I googled the name and they used to make oil lamps. Could this be something to do with that? It's the base of a calcium carbide lamp. Ackroyd and Best made miners' safety lamps in the late 19th to early 20th century. It was filled with calcium carbide stones and water to the upper chamber. The water drips into the lower chamber, and the water and carbide react at the bottom to form acetylene, a flammable gas. The acetylene then travels along a pipe to the end of the lamp where it's burned to give a bright light. A valve allows the amount of water dripping from the upper chamber to be adjusted, which in turn regulates the volume of acetylene generated, and hence the amount of light produced. Does anyone know what this would be used for? I liberated it from a dumpster because it looked like an antique. I am in Northern California, and I also realized the pictures make it difficult to tell. It's like 3 feet long. Any ideas? It's a rack for drying prunes from the turn of the century. Here's a similar one sold in an auction for $400 US. The wicker weave is French style. My grandparents had something similar to that. What is this antique silver plate crochet hook I found in my grandmother's drawer? Around 5.5 inches long and looks old. No one in my family knows what it is or has seen it before. I'm looking forward to someone figuring it out. It's an antique manicure tool, used to push back your cuticles and clean under your nails. Here's a similar item, marked German silver. I believe it's from the late Victorian to the early 1900s. What are these metal tanks coming out of a shallow pit found in the basement of a 100-year-old downtown building? Approximately 4 feet tall and 12 inches square. We can't find any info on what these fixtures were, what they were used for, and importantly, if there were any concerning chemicals involved in their use. They are hollow all the way down and have some drainage and maybe a water supply hooked up to it. Any information about it would be much appreciated. These are developing tanks of a pre-1950 photo studio. There would be at least 3: develop, hypo, and rinse. The studio that I saw developed medium format films in these typically 4 by 5 inch format. The tanks are more likely ceramic than metal due to the likely reaction of developing chemicals with many metals. What is this axe-looking kitchen utensil with a serrated end, found in my grandma's old kitchen utensils? It is meant for light one-handed work, with 3 serrated edges on one end and a single edge on the other end. It also has a hook cut out of the single edge side near the handle. Any ideas? It's an antique meat tenderer and vegetable chopper. It was patented on October 5th, 1909. by Melvin H. Tyler of Muncie, Indiana. Your version isn't quite the same, but the usage is identical. What is this metal fixture of some kind, mounted flush with the ceiling? Approximately 2 by 3 inches, and located in an upstairs bedroom in an elegant late 1700s house in Maine. It's in the upper corner of the room on the inner central side of the house, next to the door from the hall. All the windows are on the opposite wall. Any ideas? It's the pulley from pull doorbells. These things are common for classical Dutch pull doorbells. This is how they work. Your pulley thing might have been used for something else, but this is where I see them. Source? I have one in my house. We found this at an ironmongers in Belgium, and he did not know what it was either. We asked around at museums, people collecting old tools, and engineers and such, but nobody knew. It seems to be a cast iron press of sorts, but the cylinders are all different diameters. They are numbered, perhaps showing how many millimeters each cylinder is in diameter. When we use the corkscrew press thing, it does not move a lot, only a millimeter or two, though that could just be because it is stuck. The best thing we can guess is that it might be some sort of device to create bullet casings. It's a press of sorts, but to press what? Any clues? It's an antique dental crown press. It was used to form hollow metal shells that would be used by a dentist as temporary crowns for those with the means to afford gold or porcelain permanent crowns. It consisted of a row of 15 graduated pins mounted to a driving plate, each with a mating hole in the lower forming plate. The different size pins corresponded to the various sizes of teeth. It was patented in the United States on April 28, 1902, and manufactured by W.M. Sharp Manufacturing Company of Binghamton, New York. What is this small rusted metallic piece found in a river in central France? Approximately 8 to 9 centimeters tall and 4 to 5 centimeters wide. It's pretty rusted, and it has the word Ajax stamped on the front, nothing on the back, and it's slightly convex. Have any of you seen this before? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.